Hello, everybody. I am live. I'm waiting for y'all to get the notifications. I don't have my phone right now to see. So make sure you let me know. Be active in the chat. Say hello to each other. Okay. And I can't again play the music, so we can wait a good maybe 5 to 15 minutes. So I'm just going to wait a good 5 minutes before we get started talking about some things. And baby, I don't have a lot of stories, but I want to talk about what's going on between Brandy and Monica. Not Brandy and Monica, Beyonce and Brandy. 50 Cent, a lot of you saw my short. I want to talk about that a little bit, and a few more things when it comes to some women in R&B. And 9 black women were kicked out of a restaurant in, I believe, Virginia for something they didn't even do. It was craziness. So I definitely want to talk about that. And Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. I have to say something that's going to, well, as usual, is going to ruffle some feathers, but it is the truth. So, all right, so somebody let me know y'all are in here. Y'all are seeing me live and everything, so I can get started. All right. Because I don't see anyone right now, and I don't want to get started and no one's here. Should have had my phone so I can see. All right, so. Oh, okay. Thank you, Elaine. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Hey, Sophia. Okay. And let me make this a little bigger. Okay, so hey, everybody. All right, so let's jump right on into these stories. Let's see. The first one that I want to start with. Let's talk about, hold on. Give me a quick little second. Move my microphone a little bit. Let's talk about Brandy and Beyonce. I know a lot of you have heard what's going on. I'm not shocked at all. I'm not shocked completely, because how often do you even see Brandy and I keep saying Brandy and Monica, because the whole thing, the feud they tried to make between Brandy and Monica. Brandy and Monica are on tour right now, and the Boy Is Mine tour. And Ray J, people have been talking about him because he pulled out a weapon on his wife or ex-wife or wife or whatever. And then he popped up saying, where is Beyonce for the Brandy tour? And that, why come you not showing Brandy love? Reportedly, she has showed up one time to the tour and took photos with Monica and a few other people, but not with Brandy. So people started talking saying that, there's some sort of feud between Brandy and Monica, allegedly. And I have to say, again, you don't often hear Beyonce talking about Brandy, and you don't hear Brandy talking about Monica. And Brandy is legendary. She's heavyweight in the R&B game. Okay, she is our living legend. I always said Brandy is who Beyonce wanted to be, and Beyonce ended up, some people will say she surpassed Brandy. Brandy was out when social media wasn't even what it is today. Brandy did it all. And they're 2 living legends, Brandy and Beyonce. Hey, you don't stop. Brandy and Beyonce are 2 living legends. And Brandy, to me, dominates R&B. Beyonce doesn't really sing that much R&B like she used to when she was in Destiny's Child. And, Brandy had her TV show, one of the first to really do it. Brandy was the first Black Cinderella. Brandy was one of the big-time R&B singers doing Cover Girl, VH1 Divas, getting into film. So Brandy, to me, is one of the blueprints, in my opinion. Yes, there are others besides Brandy, but come on now. Brandy was dominating a lot during the 90s, early 2000s and stuff like that. And I think that, I'm sure that Beyonce probably was inspired by Brandy. And so now they're saying that, they don't get along because, Brandy might have said something about Destiny's Child back in the day. And look, Brandy is an Aquarius and Beyonce is a Virgo. They don't really always mesh well. Aquarius can They will say what they think sometimes without thinking about how that someone might feel or interpret it. They're not necessarily trying to hurt your feelings, but they can be very bold and very blunt. And it's not even to really always hurt a person's feelings. Sometimes it's because they want the best for you sometimes, or they want things to be better. But some people can take it the wrong way. And Virgos can be a little bit sensitive. They can also talk a lot of crap about people as well. So you have two headstrong people, two bold people. So a Brandy dated Jay-Z. I had never heard that Brandy dated Jay-Z, but I wouldn't be shocked. Jay-Z has dated a couple of women in the industry. I saw an interview where someone said, "How do you feel, Brandy, about Beyonce saying in her songs, bow bitches, in her song, telling the women, people, y'all better bow, because she took over in the music game." So, all right, so let's see something real quick. Let's get into this whole so-called feud that's supposedly going on, okay? And look, I can tell you, and y'all all know, Beyonce likes being on top. She's a Virgo. They are perfectionists. They are obsessive. They can be very jealous of people. They like to compete. They're frenemies to a lot of people. I don't deal with that frenemy crap at all. If you a frenemy, you ain't going to be my friend. You get the hell away from me, because I'm not going to have my so-called friend trying to compete with me, always trying to one-up me and all this other stuff. But they're known for that, a lot of them. Michael Jackson was a Virgo. So they can do very well because they're very dedicated people. But they also, I'm not saying this applies to every single Virgo, even though a lot of the men, I told you, there are like 3 top zodiacs, in my opinion, of men that put hands on women. Virgo is one of them. The Virgo man. Okay, so Beyonce is competitive. I'm pretty sure she feels like I did better than Brandy. I'm better than Brandy. I'm sorry to say it. Now, I would love to see both of them collaborate. I never see Beyonce collaborate with any women in R&B. That makes me sick. Why doesn't she ever collaborate with other women? Yes, she collaborated with Nicki Minaj, but Nicki Minaj is a rapper. Why come we ain't seen Mariah Carey and Brandy and Beyonce collaborate like we used to see during the 90s? Black women were collaborating. Now it's like, oh, I'm this star. I don't talk to them. It makes me sick. I would love to see all of them collaborate with each other. They're living legends. Give us some good music, because Beyonce is one of the last, in my opinion, that came out when R&B was really good R&B. I always liked a lot of her music and Destiny's Child. And when she first went solo, her first album, I like Dangerously in Love. I love her song about the zodiac signs. And I love her song. Oh, what was that song? That's how you like it, huh? That's how you like it, huh? That's how you like it, huh? That's how I like it, baby. How you like it, huh? That's how you like it, huh? That's how you like it, huh? That's how I like it, baby. It was a really good song. So don't think I don't like some of Beyonce's music. I always liked her music when she first went solo. So let's get into this, what people are saying about this whole feud going on. Sorry if I was talking too much. Let's get into it.
Maturing is realizing Aaliyah came out first in May of 94. Then you had Brandy in September of 94. Then you had Monica a year later. And then a few years later, you got Maya. I thought it was Brandy that first came out. And it was really Aaliyah.
Okay, so basically this is a video where he's saying who are the girls who really was coming out first. So they said, yeah, Aaliyah inspired Brandy, and then Brandy came out. Brandy was super huge. Then Monica came out the same year as Brandy, and then Maya came out in 98. And Beyonce was still in Destiny's Child, making really good music. And then after Aaliyah passed away, then Beyonce went solo, and then she became really, really big. So, okay, hold on. And you don't stop. You said that I believe Beyonce is male-centered and she's not for other women. She's very male-centered. She says that in her song. She brags about upgrading a man and taking care of a man and, I mean, there's nothing wrong. I think cater to you was nice. If I'm in a relationship, yeah, I'm a cater to my man. And he caters to me, but they're very about their man, a lot of them. And there's nothing wrong with that if he's treating you well. But Beyonce, people talk about Beyonce. Hold on real quick. I got to say this. I think I've said this before. People will talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z, but Beyonce feels like she won when she got Jay-Z because he was the top man in hip hop. She has 4 million or 500 million, 500 million. Jay-Z has like almost a billion. She's about her money and being a power couple. She don't care how that man look. She wants status. That's how a number of them are. So she feels like she won joining with Jay-Z because look how rich we are. We are elite type of thing. That's how she feels. And she don't care. I mean, don't get me wrong. She probably had some anxiety with certain stuff, like having kids and stuff. But at the end of the day, she's rich. And that's how she feels. I'm rich. My kids could have plastic surgery if I want them to. I'm not saying they should, and they don't need it. I'm just saying that's her mind. Like, I'm rich. You're not. I have Jay-Z. I have a powerful man. Y'all all want my man, even if he ain't cute. That's why she put in her songs, I love afros. I like them boys. Looking strong tonight. Hold on. From the BK, Jay-Z's from the BK, with the deep waves, when he used to wear the waves, and big things, if you know what I mean. I need a soldier. Jay-Z reportedly has a very big eggplant. I've heard that for years. I've seen the picture when she first went solo of her with her knee up on his private parts looking at him a certain way because it's big. So Beyonce is like, girl, please. She don't care what people say about Jay-Z because she thinks she won. Like, I got a powerful man, baby, and I'm powerful. And that's what they like, a number of them. And they will upgrade. She has that song, Let Me Upgrade You, Upgrade You. So they're into stuff like that. So, all right. Let's see a little bit more. Can somebody tell me how many people is in the chat? I can't see right now. Hold on.
Brandy has confirmed that her rumored feud with Beyonce is actually happening. People are talking nonstop after the Breakfast Club shared what they were told by people on the tour. According to them, Beyonce and Brandy were once friendly, but things have become tense over the years. They also said Kelly Rowland and Brandy are not as close as people online make them seem, which surprised a lot of fans. The Breakfast Club described Beyonce's rise in music as the main reason things shifted. One person told them Beyonce became that girl in the music world, and that change made things feel different between her and Brandy. The host said, we got calls from everywhere, talking about how many people wanted to share stories about what they saw on tour. The Breakfast Club also said Beyonce and Kelly are very cool with Monica, which added another twist to the conversation. People online said this explains why Monica has been included in more moments around them recently. In the midst of this, Brandy has spoken out about the talk about her relationship with Beyonce. Underneath an article about it, Brandy left a comment. In her comment, she wrote, LOL. That says a lot without her needing to explain anything else. It makes me feel like she's giving confirmation in her own way. But before you go, I would know, do you think Brandy has just confirmed the feud?
Let's just be real and put it out there, okay? I'm 40 and I'm a music lover. So people keep talking about this Beyonce and Brandy situation while Beyonce's not saying too much or taking pictures with Brandy. Let me put it out there, okay? Beyonce is human like all of us. Years ago, Brandy, Brandy, Miss Cinderella was on top of the world, okay? So a lot of people was beneath her and she looked at them that way. She called Kelly black as something and then said Beyonce was country as hell. So Beyonce probably be want to still on her, so Beyonce probably stays away because she don't want to bring that countryness up out of her. So y'all stop talking about you too, Ray J, talking about go see B. What the fuck she need to go see your sister for? Tell your sister to holler at her and apologize, and maybe they could talk about something else. Let's just be real and put it out there, okay? I'm 40 and I'm a music lover. So people keep talking about this.
Okay, so in the chat you said that Akeem, you said Beyonce collaborated with Lady Gaga. That's because Lady Gaga was the biggest thing out. She's about attaching herself to power. Lady Gaga was the biggest thing in pop, and she wanted to collaborate with her. Beyonce doesn't collaborate with hardly any women in R&B. Because R&B ain't even popping no more, which is disgusting because it's the greatest genre of music. Because Beyonce ain't collaborating. And I'm not saying this to diss Beyonce. I just wish I would see this. Beyonce hasn't collaborated with Mariah Carey. She ain't collaborate with Brandy or Monica. She ain't collaborate with Maya, even though Jay-Z tried to allegedly get with her. She ain't collaborate with who else? I mean, when she first went solo, she did that song with Eve and Emil. But those are rappers. She doesn't. I'm thinking all the women in R&B we know, she don't rock with them like that. And if she did, she probably would charge them a lot. It's like, why can't y'all just do it like Ladies Night? When Little Kim and all of them got together, left out everybody for Ladies Night, why come we can't get that in R&B? Like, why? The labels, oh, you this star, she this star. It's they controlling it, and this is black women's music. It's like, it makes me sick. Damn. That says she ain't even do anything with Rihanna either. We know allegedly, Jay-Z and Rihanna allegedly, So I remember when Brandy shut down everybody saying she's beefing with Beyonce. Okay, so yeah, people are trying to claim that Brandy is a colorist because they showed a clip on Instagram where she was talking to Kelly. This was years ago. And Kelly said she went to on vacation and she had got a tan. And so she was much darker. So Brandy was like, yeah, she said something like, oh yeah, you had got black as hell. And they were like, oh, Brandy, how you going to talk about Kelly? You and Kelly like the same. It's like she wasn't saying that they don't have a similar color. She was commenting on her tan. She got shades darker than her actual color on vacation. And I'm not saying that colorism is right. And I know how black people talk, especially back in the day. I mean, they might not even black people, especially back in the day, this whole woke stuff and being more aware. A lot of black people used to say stuff, not even aware of the implications, not even aware of how it sounded or what it really meant. That's just a part of the toxic part of black culture type of thing. Like when they say that, like, oh, you got so much darker, you tanned and stuff. You know what that is, even though some of them say it and they don't even realize what they're saying. They're like, oh, you got so, even if you get real light during wintertime, oh, you light as hell, what happened? And then they start accusing you of bleaching and shit like that. So, but she said also that Brandy had said that Destiny's Child, Kelly and Beyonce and stuff, she said, oh yeah, they were country as hell. Yeah, she probably might have said that. She's an Aquarius. She probably said it. But she probably didn't think it would hurt anybody's feelings, just the y'all are country type of thing. And they're from Texas. And I don't know. From what I saw with the interaction, Brandy wasn't even showing any hard feelings or animosity towards them. It's just something that she sort of said. But it rubbed, allegedly, Beyonce the wrong way. That's one thing I heard. So, okay. Hold on, y'all.
There comes a time in life where everyone wants to say something, but they're afraid. So you gotta be the one to say it. Beyonce is weird as fuck. Beyonce is fucking weird. Now, when I first heard Ray J ranting about how B and J comes to the Brandy and Monica tour and they take pictures, they're backstage having a good time because they're supporting Kelly, I thought, so what, Ray? You just starting trouble, leave it alone. But then you see something like this video. This is Beyonce. She sees Brandy approaching and she ducks and runs. Right there. That's weird. Now, I love Beyonce. Not into the country shit, so I've fallen off a couple years. But this is ridiculous because you're at the Brandy and Monica show. You're at the Brandy and Monica tour. So your girl, Kelly, that you go in there to support, wouldn't even have a fucking job for you to go and support her on if it wasn't for the Brandy and Monica tour. And it's Brandy that's bringing them all out. Because Monica has been on tour for years, decades. And ain't nobody been lining up like that to go see her. We love her, but they ain't been lining up and selling out no damn tours. It's the Brandy effect. So at least have some respect, especially since you up there having dinner with the Trumps. And it's so disappointing because Brandy is a black icon. We don't have many of them left. The ones we do or did, they get torn down. And yet, J and B go so hard for Cardi B. She's not even black. And y'all gonna do Brandy like that? All she's asking for is a fucking picture. It's weird. And I don't care about your damn beehive coming up in my comments. It's just a bunch of 40-year-old bitches that don't have a life online.
Lord, okay. So look, if Beyonce was really dodging Brandy, it's not because she's being weird. It's because she don't like her ass. I mean, let me just say it. If Beyonce really is ducking and dodging Brandy like that, it's because she don't want to see her. She don't F with her. But she's like, well, if it wasn't for her, Kelly wouldn't even be on tour. So, like, come on, show some respect to her. But we don't know what... Look, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. Remember when Christian Keys was allegedly saying... Well, he didn't allegedly. He said that a director was trying to get his Bucci and stuff. And people were like, it was Tyler Perry. We don't know for sure. He said, I know so many things about people y'all idolize that would break your heart. Christian Keys said, women that y'all be looking up to, I know them, and I know things about them that would break your heart if you really knew what they was effing like, type of thing. And I've heard this, like Anita Baker, the things I've heard about Anita Baker, is just, it really bothers me. It's so sad. I mean, just horrible. I might show that video. So I'm just saying, how do we know? We don't know what's going on behind the scenes between Brandy and Monica from a long time ago, type of thing. I mean, I heard a rumor, I'm going to say this is allegedly, that Beyonce and her mom was in the car and the driver was trying to talk to them. And allegedly Beyonce mama said, we don't talk to the help. Look, I'm not saying it's true, but that's something that I heard allegedly. And who's to know that's not true? They don't talk like that and act like that. So, Shivette says, what if this is all PR and it's just to get everybody to talk? I thought about that too. It could be. It could be. But, okay. Okay, let me turn the volume down on this. Let's see. Hold on. So, you see, Brandy is right there in the checkered black and white. The checkered black and white jacket. And then Beyonce is... Where is Beyonce at? They said she dodged her. Oh, there she go. I see Beyonce. Beyonce disappeared real quick. She disappeared real quick when Brandy came around. But there...
And now that I'm home and I had time to think about it, y'all not finna gaslight me. That wasn't no hack. That was Brandy. Now, we all saw this, and thank God I got it before it was deleted because I wanted to make sure it was real.
Okay, allegedly, some people are saying it's not really Brandy. They're claiming it was hacked. Brandy said that's my outfit you down here in. I dare you to come down here again and take a picture with me. It will go viral. So allegedly Brandy is saying, Beyonce, you wearing my outfit. She said, you're wearing my outfit down here. I dare you to come down here again and take a picture with me. It'll go viral.
It's very much real. Now, there is a Beyonce Stan account that posts Beyonce clips and images of her. And underneath those comments, Brandy's official account wrote these two comments. The first one says, that's my outfit you down here in. The second comment says, I dare you to come down here again and take a picture with me. It will go viral. Now, after Brandy's official account had posted that, what's interesting is that her brother took to live stream, and here's what he had to say.
Come say what's up to Brandy too, Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's it. Because we big fans. We got our family in there, our cousins, and we know y'all there, and we love y'all, and we look up to y'all. For y'all to come to every one of Brandy and Monica's shows and never say what's up to B, and take all the pictures and all that. I mean, it just, I don't like it. And I love you, Jay, and I love you, B. Please, you guys are the biggest two stars in the world. So we know you there. Just, y'all walk by Brandy room, just pull up, say what's up, B, have a good show. I mean, she don't care. She never told me about this, and I am crashing out on this one. This is crazy. But as a brother, and a fan of Jay-Z and Beyonce, like we want to take some pictures with y'all too, and we want to say hi, and we want to be inspired by the inspirational words that you guys are going to give us.
Now, after her brother's video, there were a couple of things that he had noted that a lot of fans had picked up, that why is Beyonce and Jay-Z not going and knocking on Brandy's dressing room door, essentially saying that Brandy is in her dressing room when Beyonce and Jay-Z are backstage taking pictures with everyone. So then Brandy posted this in her story. She said the Brandy Instagram account was previously compromised as of early morning, and then they tell you the date. They said at this time, all access has now been fully restored. Brandy looks forward to seeing everyone this weekend at the Boys Mind tour, and then they signed off as management. Now, let me just tell you why I think it was Brandy. I don't think it was a hack or anything like that, because most hackers tend to post everywhere. We remember when Elmo's account got hacked and other notable celebrities' accounts got hacked. They usually post all kinds of spam stuff to make people click on their links, to these nefarious websites. I find it interesting that the Brandy account gets hacked and immediately goes directly to a Beyonce Stan account. Like, why? You have the entire internet at your fingertips. Why choose Beyonce? I don't know, but that's just my theory. Tell me what you guys think about this whole Brandy getting hacked and...
But as a brother, so we know you there. Just, y'all walk by Brandy room, just pull up.
Now, here's the thing right here. Personally, if Beyonce is there and they're not coming to knock on Brandy's door to say hi, baby, look, it ain't hard to tell when somebody don't F with you. It's not hard to tell. She's not taking pictures with her to see her because she don't want to see her. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just, what else could it be? If you could take pictures with Monica and all everybody else, but not Brandy. Not only that, you never beg somebody to acknowledge you. You never beg like a dog. And that's what he's doing to me. Come on, please. Can't you please say hi to my sister and me? I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not coming on the internet begging you to acknowledge me. Excuse me. I'm not doing it. Shit, I'm Brandy. That's how I'll be. I'm Brandy. I ain't got to bow down to nobody, first of all. You know who I am? What I've done? I'm a living legend. I don't have to beg you to come say hi to me. And that's exactly what Ray J is doing. He's begging. Please say hi. Please, Jay-Z, I look up to you. I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that because they knew they could say something to her and they didn't want to. You have to be able to look. It can be hard. It can be hard when you realize somebody don't really like you like that or love you like that. It's hard for the mind to accept when you start to actually see this, especially somebody that you do look up to and stuff. So, no, I would not be up on here begging for, please say hi to my sister. Please acknowledge my sister. If she didn't want to. And if she was in town, why couldn't she come to the hotel and take pictures or get her phone number and call her and can I come see you later when the tour is over? Let's take some pictures. We'll put it on Instagram or something like that. So that's how I feel. It don't take much for me to see.
Y'all have to understand why Beyonce don't like Brandy. She don't like Brandy because Brandy and Kelly Rowland got a real connection, a real relationship. She been hating off of Brandy. Come on now. She mad Kelly looks up to Brandy. It's okay. Y'all have to understand why Beyonce don't like Brandy. She don't like Brandy because Brandy and Kelly Rowland.
There is a such thing as people being possessive over their friend. I've had this happen where people have been in competition with me to get close to someone that I'm close to and actually throw it in my face. Did you know this about them? Did they tell you that? They told me. Literally trying to take my friend away from me. I've had this happen twice to me. This is some weird craziness, possessiveness type of thing. This stuff exists. This really does exist. I'm not saying that it's true. Okay, so that's pretty much it with Brandy and Beyonce. I feel 50-50 on it. I feel like actions speak louder than words. You show up to a concert, I'm walking, you dodge me, you don't knock on my door to speak, you don't take pictures with me. That would let me know something. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, you don't F with me like that. Not only that, but maybe she already knew this from years ago, some sort of beef from years ago type of thing. Is this PR? Possibly. Hold on. I really want to know why Beyonce is so into Jay-Z. I had said that earlier that it was a power move, Beyonce getting with Jay-Z. As a matter of fact, okay, leave a heart if you are enjoying this live so far. We're going to get into the other topics, okay? I got to say it, baby. I got to say some stuff real quick. When it comes to Jay-Z and Beyonce, I know things. I just know. I'm an air sign. I just know these things. Let me get my thoughts straight. When it comes to Beyonce and Jay-Z, let me tell you what really happened. What I feel in my heart. Beyonce's father was a black man that she looked up to at the time. He dedicated his whole life to building up Beyonce and the girl group. His resources, his heart. Beyonce's father was not a hood rat. She grew up in Texas in a very big home. He had money. This was a black man that she admired and looked up to. And now later on, when he was cheating on the mama and made an outside baby, not so much anymore. But she grew up with the type of life you don't hear about for black girls. Her father was in her life. Her father had money. Her father dedicated himself to building her up. Beyonce had to get a black man to marry. She had to do it. She didn't have to, but she probably felt that she would be dishonoring her father if she married a man not black. She wanted to have black wealth. She wanted black people to see successful black couples. This was a power move getting with Jay-Z. Jay-Z gave up hip-hop. When he got with Beyonce, you notice how quickly he gave up being a rapper and retired and started the 40/40 Club and became a businessman. Jay-Z knew he couldn't be with Beyonce because her father was in her life, and her father didn't want her with no hood rat. It was bad for her brand, bad for the business, and bad for their legacy. Jay-Z had to step up and become a businessman like her father to get her father's respect. To be with Beyonce, because Beyonce was going to be a star, and she was a star, and she is a star. She became big, and they didn't want that ghetto image for her. So he retired and then moved more into the business world. Now he's a billionaire. Beyonce wanted the power. She wanted to be a power couple. Jay-Z was the biggest black man in entertainment. Even though people talk about how he looked and stuff, she didn't care. She wanted that power, that connection. And even though Beyonce was making a name for herself, when she joined with him, she got more street cred because Jay-Z's from Brooklyn, he's from the street. And that was a power move type of thing. Plus, Jay-Z got a big eggplant. I told you this. He does. I've already heard about it. Blue Cantrell allegedly and other women. Trina allegedly said he had a big one. And we know the power of what that can do if he know how to use it right. So that was it. And I told you that picture I saw of Beyonce with her knee on his private parts, looking at him like, you know. And Jay-Z put it down on Beyonce. No, she wasn't of age. When they started talking, I think she was 17, almost 18. And Jay-Z had a number of women he was messing with. Beautiful women in entertainment and not in entertainment, but they weren't Beyonce. They weren't on that level of stardom. He wanted to also attach himself to her. So that's why he said in his song, I got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. In that song, it was business. This was a business relationship that she ended up having soft feelings for him. He was happy as hell. I mean, this is Beyonce. Shit, she looked good. So Jay-Z was happy. He laying it down. He gonna have the babies and stuff. And that's why Beyonce ain't leave him yet, because it's bigger than, this is about legacy. This is about a black empire like the Jackson family type of stuff. So that was really going on with that. And she probably ended up falling for him a little bit and getting possessive. And, she has said in her songs type of thing, cater to you, upgrade you, you with me type of thing. She is the power of the relationship. And she knows that this ending with Jay-Z would just be a disaster. Even though people might get over it because we already know he cheated on her. And people are like, how could you cheat on Beyonce? Type of thing. I mean, Beyonce is worth like $400 to $500 million type of thing. And I really feel that she wanted to have a Black power couple legacy. And especially when her father was involved in her life, she probably felt pressure that she had to keep it Black. There are plenty of men who are not Black who wanted her. And probably if she left him, she could still date them. Powerful, well-off men, not Black type of thing. But there have been rumors of some men who she's dated or wanted to get her type of thing. She's from the South, so she definitely wanted to get married, Southern Belle type of thing. That's why it didn't take long for her to get married. That's, being a wife is still seen as a big deal in the South. Okay, and not for everybody, not these days, but look, Beyonce is a millennial. Us millennial women, people can say we were indoctrinated or whatever, but we do still value marriage and like marriage, the thought of marriage and all of that. You have a growing number who don't care anymore about it, but okay. Beyonce came from a two-parent household, so more than likely that's something that she wanted. She wanted to be married, and that's what happened for her, but I mean, just like her father cheated on her mom, Jay-Z cheated on her. So, a man will cheat no matter how fine you are because he's always seeing something new. Men used to say ain't no coochie like new coochie. They used to say stuff like that, or just wanting what they want when they want it. And you can't stop a man I'm sorry, you can't. He has to be the one to value you, value the relationship, and not do it. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are, your status. No, men are still doing that type of stuff. Okay, so let's see a little review real quick of this Brandy concert that I really wanted to go to, the Brandy and Monica Boy Is Mine concert. And then we're going to get into some more topics.
I have never seen Brandy perform live. I don't know why. Brandy, baby, you did not have to sing like that. When I tell y'all every single song, I was like, God dang. Oh my God. Brandy. Okay, I get the vocal Bible. Hearing that woman live, my God. Brandy. It was worth it, baby. It was worth it. Y'all already, you may not know, but I love Monica. Like Monica, I love her down. But Brandy, I will definitely see her live again. The Boy Is Mine tour was everything that I knew it would be. I got my entire middle school, high school, young adult life in that concert. It was beautiful to see the sisterhood. It was beautiful to see the gratitude between the two of them. It was beautiful to see Brandy get emotional. It was beautiful to see Kelly because the body was tea, the skin was glowing, and sis was singing. It was sisterhood all around. It was beautiful. And I don't know, like, we just need to make sure, like, sometimes, the message that people will put out there about women, about sisterhood, about working together. And I'm so glad that Brandy and Monica, one, addressed what was happening when they were children and how people were putting them against each other. But most importantly, how they were able to bring it all together, how they brought other women artists with them, and just a general display of sisterhood, of love, of appreciation to the audience, of talent among the singers. My goodness, worth it. I am so glad I went.
Okay, so let's jump into the next topic, and I'll put timestamps or something in the comments section when this is over, because people are like, oh, he was talking so much. Yeah, that's what we do. We have a good time up over here and we talk about these topics. Okay, so before we continue, please like, share, and subscribe again. Oopsie. Okay, hold on. All right. So please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Click all notifications. Okay. Yeah, I found this picture online. I said, "Oh my God, I've never seen this before." I mean, look. You got, of course, TLC, legendary TLC. And look, there's a picture of Beyonce, Kim Porter, rest in peace, Mary J. Blige, Naomi Campbell. I'm not sure where they were at, but I'm like, oh, okay, I definitely want to share this picture because this is a rare picture. How often do you honestly see this picture of them all together? So, all right. Give me a quick little second, y'all, before we go into the next topic. I'm trying to see what I want to talk about real quick. All right. Please get those likes up. It affects the algorithm, baby. All right. So next I want to talk about not Jay-Z, 50 Cent. Y'all saw my short, look, when I was going off about 50 Cent. Now, I just wanted to clear up something. I'm not saying you can't watch this. You shouldn't watch the documentary that he did about P. Diddy. I have to admit, it is very well done. 50 Cent is a very good businessman as far as writing a script, power, a great businessman. So I respect that part about him. But as a man, no. He doesn't, in my opinion, he doesn't like black women. He doesn't value black women. He doesn't respect black women. He doesn't respect women, period. I don't think he's a good man to women. I don't. He picks on women. The fact that he would pick on Notorious Ponytail as if black women don't get picked on enough, really, by people who are racist. And then you have to compare her to that cartoon character, her hair. She's just trying to look her best, and you had to put her down like that. And how he treated his black baby mama and stuff, and his son. And to me, the fact that he had to go on a podcast to basically say, oh, well, when I'm in the hood and I see something not black and she looks good, where you're like, you like, they're not beautiful, exotic black women running around the hood. There are who are black. So I see him for who he is. He's one of many black men in entertainment. I don't care for him, but I will say that just because I said those things, that doesn't mean you can't watch the documentary about P. Diddy. I actually watched a couple of episodes. I just wanted to see what was on it. And there was a lot of things, a lot of footage that no one had ever seen, especially with Cassie, things that man, first of all, there was a guy, one of the escorts or whatever that Cassie and Diddy was doing it with. I'm like, baby, if I'm going to have a rotation of men that I'm effing, they going to be bad. They going to be fine. Not him. The man that I saw talking all this stuff and exposing stuff they was sleeping with. I'm like, that's who y'all picked to have sex with? Him? His lips look like he just smokes blunts all day. He was not attractive. He looked dirty. I'm like, I'm not sleeping with, I don't want to sleep with that. I'm Cassie. What? Give me the best. Give me the best. Built and fine. That's who I'll do it with. But that dude was like, oh no. And he was saying all types of stuff about, I mean, it was horrible. The stuff he said Puffy did to Cassie, how he just swung on her and she flew, and how they were collecting his sperm and Cassie was drinking it. I'm like, first of all, I hope Cassie is safe, because these are y'all don't even know these men like that. You drinking men's sperm. What if you get something in your throat behind this type of stuff? And I know that Diddy was controlling her and all that other stuff. And then you see the footage about Tupac and Biggie, and people were like, oh my God, Biggie had to pay for his own funeral. Biggie had to pay for his own funeral. Like, what? He was trying to save money or whatever. And yeah, he got a lavish funeral, but it was paid by Biggie's money or whatever was going on. And how he did one of his childhood friends dirty with the label. I mean, baby, people are like, after you see this, you know for sure he took out Biggie and Tupac without question. Just a dirty dude. From the stuff I've seen, just a nasty, dirty ass person. Scandalous, sneaky, shady. Okay, a vulture. But you know what? They say a lot of people who are high up in power are like this. He ain't the only one. You see it in films when they say you don't get to the top without effing over people. You just don't. Not in business. You gotta, it's do or die type of thing. You gotta look out for you, and you gotta do this and that. And the stuff they do, like in that movie, The Devil Wears Prada. type of thing, those type of stuff. And it's just disgusting. People are saying that he's who we thought Suge Knight was is Diddy, and how a lot of people kept passing away, and then he kept climbing to the top. We know that Craig Mack passed away in South Carolina of you know what. Just horrible. G-Dep passed away, I think. Black Rob, I think, passed away. Everybody just passing away but him. So it was a lot of footage that people had never really seen before. That was crazy to see. I'm like, where did he get all this footage from? Like, where did he get this shit from? It was something, and it's not even over yet, and there's more coming out. So yes, it is very revealing and telling of how and I had to look up P. Diddy's zodiac sign, and he's a Scorpio. My dad was a Scorpio. I'm like, damn. Like, I know they hold a grudge and they want revenge. I know that about them. And they don't get over shit. But the level of this type of devil shit, people always say, oh, Scorpio's a devil. I'm like, yeah, they think devilish stuff. They do. But a lot of serial murderers, they say, are Scorpio. But 50 Cent is a Cancer. Cancer is a water sign, and Scorpio is a water sign. They have whole grudges, something serious. And 50 Cent is claiming that, oh, it was nothing personal. Yes, it was. This whole documentary was to get him. Don't believe nothing you hear that it wasn't personal. It's very personal. They don't get over shit. They don't. And they want vengeance hardcore. So he feels like he has won right now against Diddy, whatever happened. But I will say is that at the end of the day, 50 Cent is not a good man either, just like P. Diddy. So I won't be celebrating him as a person. Yes, Power was a very good show. Very good, very well made. Okay, but still doesn't change that. So, as a matter of fact, look what Jaguar Wright was saying.
Diddy told her he was going to kill Biggie. She knew it was going to happen. She was purposefully not by her husband's side that night.
Can y'all hear this? Leave a heart if you can hear this. She said that Faith Evans knew that Diddy was going to murk Biggie.
It happened, and she was told she had to lie about it. And guess what? That lie held up until that boy turned 18, and he started having ideas of what he wanted to do, what he inherited, because the paperwork was set up for Faith to not be able to receive $1 from Biggie's estate unless it was for little Christopher. And she only had one child with Christopher. The other children who required taking care of and feeding and all of that, all of them couldn't be fed off of Christopher Wallace's money. They weren't his kids. See how that works? Right.
Okay, so that's Biggie's son with Faith, and he's with Diddy. So she's saying that he wants to be a star. So he attached himself to Diddy, and that he's the one with the money. That Biggie's estate went to his son. And she's claiming that Faith Evans. I love Faith Evans. I love Faith Evans. I hate hearing these things about her.
Diddy told her he was going to kill Biggie. She knew it was going to happen. She was purposefully not by her husband's side that night. It happened, and she was told she had to lie about it. And guess what?
All right, I was trying to get a good picture, but she said that Faith Evans basically knew that Diddy was going to take Biggie out and that she wasn't by his side on purpose. I don't know if I believe that, because her and Biggie were having problems, and I think they were about to get divorced or something. So, I hear so much about Faith Evans that, they put on the documentary that Tupac had called this man and said, look, I just finished effing Faith. I effed her. I'm going to be real with you. I can kind of see that a little bit because Tupac was fine as shit. Hold on.
Diddy told her he was going to kill Biggie. whole shit.
I mean, it's kind of interesting though. We don't often hear Faith's side of anything. We don't often hear it, but Tupac was fine as fuck. Tupac was fine as hell. That man had a beautiful face and beautiful teeth and big D energy. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying it was right because she was still married to Biggie, even though they were separated or going through something. I don't know. My heart and mind tell me it might have happened, to be honest with you. In a room with Tupac fine self and he trying to push up on it. I'm not saying she should just give it to him like that, but is it believable that it could have happened? To me, a little bit type of thing. And I hate that so much, but I'm not saying it's 100% true. I'm saying that it was possible. It was possible. It was possible. I mean, Biggie didn't look good. And I don't feel bad saying that because of some lyrics I've heard of Biggie talking about a child getting graped up the anus and stuff. So I don't feel bad now saying that Biggie was not attractive at all. It had to be the money or power that she chose him because that man looked fucked up. So, excuse my language, but shit, I can't sleep with that. That man too damn big, first of all, for me. And he was not attractive. Don't get me wrong, I've seen some fine men who are not skinny, like Jazzy Faye was cute to me. Okay? But I'm just saying, nah, it was the status of why she chose Biggie. Biggie was the biggest thing in the world, in the United States. Okay? So don't get me wrong, I've seen men who look bad who pull beautiful women, but I think that if she got the chance to get with Tupac, as fine as Tupac is, and you going home to Biggie, yeah, I think she might have did it. Men do it all the time if they think their woman don't look good and they got an opportunity to have sex with a fine woman, they take it. So maybe she did with Tupac. I'm sorry. I would have never say something so mean until I heard the lyrics of Biggie's songs. Some of them that's just so disgusting. And don't get me wrong, to me, if you would have asked me who's the best hip hop artist in history, I would have told you Biggie, because Biggie had some good ass shit. I grew up listening. I mean, I wasn't supposed to listen to some of it, but I ain't gonna lie. You know, Biggie was the biggest thing in the U.S. besides also Tupac. So, but yeah. I hate hearing these things. I wish maybe Faith could just come out and say something type of thing. I think she denied it. But yeah, I always liked Faith Evans' music, though. I always felt like she was very not appreciated. Soon as I get home, I'll make it up to you. Baby, I'll do what I gotta do. I had to sing. Y'all know I like to sing. I love Faith Evans' song. You don't appreciate the time I put into this love affair. Oh no, baby. Thinking it's alright to let me know you can't deny what I'm feeling is real, and I stood right by your side after all the hurt and pain. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Okay. But Faith Evans is beautiful to me. I mean, she sort of reminds me of Lotto. Lotto, you know, the rapper that's out today. They look very similar to me. I thought that Faith was real beautiful. I didn't think she was bad looking. So, I mean, and Biggie, come on, Biggie with Faith. Faith is a dime compared to Biggie. And I don't usually compare men and women. I'm just saying. So, okay. Okay, hold on. Do y'all hear me? So let's get into Maya. This is a topic that I'm very late talking about. Now, Maya was holding it down during the 90s too. Brandy, Monica, Aaliyah, Maya, Toni Braxton, Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey, just to name a few. And she was actually on the tour with Brandy and Monica. And a lot of men like Monica, like Brent, Lord, I keep messing up these names. A lot of men like Maya. Okay, but Maya surprised people because she says that on Melissa Ford's podcast that she's chosen not to get married. She don't want no kids. She didn't say she's not open to it, but it's not something that she desires, type of thing. She doesn't care. And she has been celibate for about 7 to 8 years. Okay. So, oh, I know. Yes, Faith Evans' mother is black and her father is Italian white. Okay, so Maya said that she's not looking for a relationship like that. Let's see what she's saying.
Wondering how as you are that is the object of so many men's desire, and you probably have the pick of the litter, which is another thing that they assume.
Wow.
Yeah, girl, I know.
It's not even my focus, and it never has been. My mother's an independent thinker. I've witnessed a divorce, between my parents. I've witnessed all kinds of things. My father is a very attractive man. I've witnessed a lot of things. And it's also not in a safe place in my mind as a little girl. I always thought a little different. The white wedding dress, I was very fearful. I looked elsewhere too much. My work, being independent, has forced me to show up for myself and obviously family, friends, and because I have a mission and I have a vision, but it requires me to be gone.
Hold on, I'm having a little issue. Let me replay that. I'm gonna pull up something.
Wondering how a woman as stunning as you are, that is the object of so many men's desire, and you probably have the pick of the litter, which is another thing that they assume.
Wow.
Yeah, girl, I know.
It's not even my focus, and it never has been. My mother's an independent thinker. I've witnessed a divorce, between my parents. I've witnessed all kinds of things. My father is a very attractive man. I've witnessed a lot of things. And it's also not been a safe place in my mind as a little girl. So I've always thought a little different. The white wedding dress, I was very fearful of those things. So I looked elsewhere and probably escaped too much in my work and keep going. But also, I think being independent has forced me to show up for myself and obviously family, friends, and this operation because I have a mission and I have a vision, but it requires me to be gone. And so that's also very, very much fear-filled, knowing that if I have to be gone 95% of the time and my work calls for me to travel, that must be intimidating. And I also can't show up properly for my significant other. But I'm also now spiritually aligned so much where I know that I'm surrounded by love everywhere I go, right? I'm not seeking. And I know that it will be granted to me in divine time. And I'm not worried about it because my life is full of love and it comes in so many different forms, not just one person. So I've had to recalibrate my brain and not, I think, govern my life off of this fantasy or illusion that we've all been indoctrinated by or taught by. But when you have a vision as well, and you're fighting for empowerment, and especially for your women coming up, if you plan to be a label and sign young girls, et cetera, and be their protector, it requires you to show up differently and also think differently. So it hasn't been a focal point for me. And this is what it looks like. I'm very happy with myself.
Okay, so I want to pull up a picture real quick because when Maya did this interview, it surprised a lot of people. Again, like Melissa Ford said, you are the object of a lot of men's desire who like Maya. Okay, a lot of men like her, especially black and men who are not black. I've seen them online. And she has done very well. She's maintained herself, still looks good, still has a great body. She's a vegan, so she eats very, very healthy. very healthy. She's doing the damn thing. She said a lot of things without saying names in some of the interviews that I've seen of her, that she hasn't been taken, meaning that there were men in the industry who tried to sleep with her, use her, and all of that. And that basically she didn't sell out to still be on top type of thing, because people will talk about Maya as if she hasn't had a very successful career. She actually has. She's not a has-been, in my opinion. She's still touring, still making money, okay, doing the damn thing. And she had a lot of hits that we love. So, okay. Something that she said, though, because there are men, things have to be bad when you have so many women that men, because I will see men ask women this question: why are you single? When like they think you look good, you're a nice woman, you can cook, you got it together. Why are you single? And it's like, why don't people ever think that there's just not an abundance of good men to pick or to have? Now, I don't know if Maya dates other races of men, because all the men I know that she's dated have been either biracial or black. And the thing is, though, is that women are choosing peace, a number of women. When you listen to what she said, she mentioned my father as a good-looking man. What she means is her father was cheating on her mother. I still will have to say allegedly. Her mother, first of all, Maya has said that she has to keep working because she supports her family. Her mother was sick with cancer and she's busy. She said in the interview, I have to be able to dedicate my time to my man, and I can't do that because I'm working. Not only that, but and I remember allegedly she was living in a studio just to downgrade because things are not cheap, even though she did say that she makes more money now as an independent artist. She owns her own label than when she was on a big label and doing the tours and everything. But for her to say, my father is good looking, she didn't go into detail, but if you can read between the lines, her father was a player. Her father was cheating. She didn't see a happy marriage, and it made her fearful of getting into a relationship, she said, because of what I have seen and what I have been through. So she has been mistreated. And when you hear a woman say that, that means I am tired. I'm just tired. She said divine timing. It means, I really just don't give a shit at this point. I'm upgrading myself spiritually and who I am. And if it's in the plan for me to have a man, my happy ending, then that will happen. If it doesn't, that's fine. I don't have a huge desire for it or children anyway. But, it'll be great. Whatever happens type of thing. So, what's interesting too to me is she was dating for a while, Bryce, fine ass from Groove Theory. We know Bryce. He was in Toni Braxton's Ooh, I Get So High When I'm Around You, Baby. I can touch the sky. You make my temperature rise. We know. We love that song by Toni Braxton. You make me high and get me high. And Bryce was one of the leading men. Now, Bryce was pretty big from Groove Theory. Tell me if, y'all know that song, Tell Me If You Want Me To. And he was a writer, a producer, and he was in Aaliyah's video, Hot Like Fire, Dancing with Aaliyah. And Bryce is fine. Bryce is fine as shit. He is. And, he's from New York. He's Jamaican American. He's very gorgeous. And Maya was dating him. And the thing is that basically he told her, I can't be monogamous. He told Maya, I can't just be with you. And she was trying to fight one of these women he was cheating on her with, and she was losing sleep and all types of stuff. And she was with him for a while because Maya said, I didn't want nobody else to know my body like that. So I endured him cheating with me openly with other women. And who knows what else happened. And she was with him for a minute. And that might have been her last boyfriend. I'm not sure. But they were together for a while. And you know what my mind is telling me? My mind and spirit is telling me. I don't care how crazy I sound. I hope this is not true. Hold on, I'm trying to. I really feel like something happened. Something happened very serious. and very bad to her behind this man. Now, I'm not saying it's true. It's just what my mind is telling me. Something bad happened that affected her, and she don't want to be bothered like that no more because of what he did to her. Now, I have an idea of possibilities. I'm not going to say it, but I will say I believe he hurt her and did something to her, possibly irreparable or very deeply bad. And she doesn't care to date anymore. And she decided to find peace, you know? And that's why she's like, F it. I'm just doing my thing. I like making music, and I like making music. I'm going to do my thing. And if it's meant for me to have someone, I will have someone type of thing. I mean, it's all different type of possibilities. Maybe he put hands on her. Maybe something more serious happened. Maybe he made outside children. It's a whole lot of different things. But I have possibilities of what I think it could be. But I will say that he hurt her. And her heart hasn't recovered. And she found peace. She went through a healing journey, was vegan, spiritual, all of that. And she's just not, she said that we were indoctrinated. Also in this interview, she said indoctrination, meaning that, you know, we're told how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to, I mean, a lot of women aren't fighting getting married. People out here really think that women, yeah, you have a lot of women who are now at peace with not being married, but the dream and what they tell you, at least back when I was little, is, oh, you're going to get a husband and get married and have a beautiful house with kids. You're going to cook and clean really cute pies and bake and stuff, and he's going to love you and treat you good, and y'all going to be so happy. And then reality is that's not the case for a lot of women, especially a lot of black women. No, it's, oh, you might end up a baby mama and have to pay half the rent and work till you croak. And he's cheating on you with women around the neighborhood or around town, other outside babies and kids and stuff, and beating you up. These are the things that happen to so many. So it's not what they made us think it would be. And a lot of women now, like, I'm tired of it. I don't meet quality men. I hear so many women say it's like we're all dating the same damn man. And F it, we can live our best lives. If he comes along and adds to my life, then that'll be great. And if he doesn't, it just worked out that way. It's whatever at this point type of thing. And you even hear men talking like this too, who can't claim they can't find no good woman type of thing. So, hold on. So when they see a woman like Maya, like, okay, Maya, you still look good. Men wanted you. But a lot of the men, you see them in hip hop, R&B. I do see men who are Hispanic and some white men who talk about her in comment sections like they like her. I'm just wondering, were there other men outside of hip hop and R&B that was interested in her type of thing? Maybe she could get a high profile dating service like that woman, Millionaire Matchmaker. I mean, I don't think it's too late type of thing. I don't know. When I hear women saying divine timing, I'm praying. Like, I hear so many women saying this, and they don't end up with anybody. It's like, I don't really know how to word this. It's like, okay, pray on it, I guess. I refuse to believe that you're supposed to, if you wanted a man in a marriage and you're a good person and you're spiritual and you're nice and you pray, but yet you still end up with no one. Is God sending you someone? When is this happening? Type of thing. I don't know. I don't really know how to word it, what I'm trying to say. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes you have to take action. Okay? If there's like some high profile dating matching service, get on that type of thing. That's if you really want it type of thing. I don't think you should have to settle just to have somebody. Okay? So let's go to the next topic. Let's see. Oh, speaking of relationships, I had to show this clip.
I absolutely cater to my husband's needs, and I love doing it. You know, my husband is king in my house, and I think that's the way it should be. That's what keeps two people together. I think that men are really simple beings. If you really think about it, The most important thing is that they're acknowledged as a man. The sex is very important, and feeding them and, cook them at dinner once in a while. It's, I think, for a guy that's really important, and why not?
Would y'all believe me if I told y'all that the man she was doing all of this for left her ass as soon as she got sick? Like, would y'all believe me that the man that she was doing all this, oh, he's my king, he's the king of the castle, men are so simple, all you have to do is cook for them every now and then, and all you have to do is give them great sex? Would y'all believe me if I told y'all the moment she got sick, he kicked her ass to the curb? Would y'all believe me if I told y'all that? I was just rewatching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for the second time. And I just realized when I watched it for the first time when I was like 18, 19, my frontal lobe hadn't really fully developed. But now that I'm 23 and I'm watching this for the second time, y'all, this was the first real life example that we got of that statistic that says men are 6 to 7 times more likely to leave their wives after they get sick. That was that playing in real time in front of our faces. That was a lot of our first examples right there. And we didn't even really sit to think about that. All of that catering to her man, taking care of him, doing everything for him, that didn't mean nothing. Okay.
I mean, that's not a lie. When I saw this clip, I said, damn, like, I mean, yeah, you want to do those things because you love him, but Yolanda was saying all of that, and he left her for Catherine McPhee. I actually love Catherine McPhee's music, but damn, he left her. Catherine McPhee was like in her 20s still. That man was much older, and they had a baby together. Yolanda was all about her man. Let's see that one more time.
I absolutely cater to my husband's needs, and I love doing it. My husband is king in my house. And I think that's the way it should be. That's what keeps two people together. I think that men are really simple beings, if you really think about it. The most important thing is that they're acknowledged.
Look at Yolanda. Yolanda was a beautiful older woman, in shape, ate healthy, catered to her man, and he still dogged her ass out. It was humiliating. She did everything right that they say you're supposed to do, and it still wasn't enough to keep him.
As a man, the sex is very important, and feeding them and, cook them at dinner once in a while. It's, I think, for a guy that's really important, and why not?
Well, this is proof that a man will still cheat and leave your ass even if you are doing everything, because you can't keep a man. You can make him be happy where he lives and stays, but you can't make him not cheat. Is nothing you can do. I told women this on a different platform. There's nothing you can do. Nothing. I don't care how good you are. I don't care if you doing everything in that bedroom. It's about him and what he wants. And I'm not saying it, the way I'm saying it, hold on, is that he has to want to be faithful to you. He has to want to. There are so many women who say, my man would never. Oh, I feel so sorry for you women. You just can't pick a good man. My husband is dedicated to me. I'm so thankful and lucky. My husband comes home every single day to me, and I haven't had these problems. Oh, it was just the men that you pick. Clearly, you cannot pick good men, because my husband, we've been going strong for 25 years. Yeah, and on his way home, he might have been effing other women across town. He might be gay and sleeping with men at the gas station and bathhouses. You're not with him 24 hours a day to know what he's doing. He could be banging the secretary that works for him. How do you know? You don't know that man like that. You think you do. You don't. I don't care what you think. People are still people. You don't know everything about that man. He don't know everything about you. In some cases, y'all might tell him everything, but I'm just saying, you cannot keep a man from cheating on you. And I'm not saying don't look. She loved him. She did what you're told you're supposed to do. She said, look, you got to feed him, have good sex, be there for him. And that's what she promoted. And it's true. And vice versa for your husband. But Yolanda thought that it couldn't happen. Most women who look, you got a good life, your man is rich, you live good. She upkept her weight. You know how hard it is to be her age and have that type of body? She did all of that to maintain herself for herself and that marriage. And when she got sick with Crohn's disease or Lyme disease, okay, he was out of there and married Catherine McPhee, who was like 20-something years old. And it's horrible. I don't know if Yolanda cries at night. I don't know if she got a new man. But this was proof of, look, you can still try to do everything. And the man will still cheat on you type of thing. So hopefully he still took care of her. You know, he's a very well-off man. Hopefully when they got divorced, he gave her the house, some money, so she never has to suffer for all that she has endured. Because you got a lot of men these days, they want to be able to have you do all of this and then leave you with nothing after giving birth to their children and taking care of them and have you out on the street. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. And speaking of relationships, let's see something else.
Let me tell y'all something. I knew Todd was going to be Candy's biggest op since I watched that episode of Housewives when he initiated the conversation with the husbands about, so if we weren't married, which one of the wives would y'all want to get with? Why is that even an appropriate conversation to have with husbands or men that are coupled up? Why? And then his thirsty ass, like, me. Then gonna say Portia. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Knowing that you're being filmed. Then I hear people always saying, well, it's because Candy wasn't really his type. Candy wasn't really his type. It doesn't matter if Candy's not his type. Have respect. That's your wife or wife-to-be. Have some respect, right? That's 1. Number 2, don't get it twisted. That's character. That's who the fuck Todd is. Because if it wasn't Candy, his ass would have been thirsting over. If it wasn't Portia, if he was married to someone other than Candy, if he was married to Portia, his ass would have been thirsting over somebody else. Because that's character. Not to mention, he puts up on his own YouTube channel about, if we get divorced, I'm smashing all of Candy's friends. That's character. That's character. And you should be so grateful, praising the ground that Candy walks, because had it not been for her, you would not have this platform. Had it not been for her, you wouldn't even come up off whatever you're going to come up off of the divorce. You would not. And if it was not for her, you wouldn't even be exposed to these level of baddies if it wasn't for her. And Candy's a very beautiful woman herself. He's lucky that she reached down. But that's my 2 cents.
And I totally agree with her. Okay, Candy is good looking. She is very well off. And like, you lucky you even was able to even be in her energy and to get near her. And something she said is that as character, you have to look at who you're talking to. If a man feels comfortable to openly say, I would smash your friends, he means that. If given the opportunity, I would have sex with your friends. Not only that, but I don't like how men will speak so confidently like you think you will smash my friends. What makes you think they're going to give you the coochie? You think you got it like that? You know how men think that you think you can just talk to me. How do you know I'm interested in you? What makes you think I want to give you coochie? And what makes you think you could get my coochie? Like, who do you think you are type of thing? Oh, yeah, I would smash her friends. No, you want to smash them. Would they smash you? Okay? And the fact she said again that he felt so comfortable asking the other husbands, which one of her friends would you sleep with? Disgusting. But that's who she chose to marry. And now look what's going on. He's trying to get the kids, the full custody, alimony, and all of these things. And there are a lot of men cheering Todd on because that's the dream for a number of them, to play a woman as a sucker and take her money type of thing. So we shall see what happens. Okay. Now I want to talk about Klay and Megan Thee Stallion. There's been a lot of talk on Black TikTok about people are hating on Klay because he caters to Meg Thee Stallion and that he apologized to her because he picked her up late. A lot of Black guys are not used to chivalry. They're not used to seeing what a healthy, loving relationship looks like. A man being accountable, a man apologizing to his woman. They don't like it. They don't like it. A number of them, Russell and Sierra, they don't want Black girls to stop dating poor quality YN, as they say, type of dudes. Their worst fear is that you would actually like the squares and the so-called lames because they tell on themselves. A lot of Black American men, they don't want to be seen as YNs and thugs and and all this stuff. And they always want to say the Black woman is the thugette. The Black woman is the hood rat. The community looks the way it looks because Black women are hood rats and we're different. She's the ghetto one. She's the slut, the 304. She's the one making the babies all over the place. She's why the race in America looks so effed up the communities. It's her. We're separate than her. We grew up in the same home. We had the same mama, or in some cases, mom and daddy together. We went to school together. We have the same culture, but she's different from us. She's the cause of the failure. We're different. That's why other women F with us and we're leaving the community. We have to put it on you. We have to blame you. Someone must be blamed for why this shit looks the way it does. And we will not take the blame as men. It's the women. Why didn't you know I would pump and dump you? You're supposed to be smarter. It's your fault for giving it to me. And it shows you what they think of their daughters. They don't even want their Black daughters to have better quality men. Some of them. They'd rather you get with men like them who are thugs. I have seen so many Black guys ages 18 and up who make videos dissing Black thugette women. I don't want a hood girl. I don't want ghetto. And I see them. I'm like, you don't know that that's what you sound and look like? Are y'all living in a different reality? You have these raggedy, clumped up ass dreadlocks, tattoos on your face and neck, a big old chain, you sag your pants, and you think that somehow you're not ghetto. You look ghetto. You can't even speak properly. You say dat, D-A-T, instead of that, T-H-A-T. And they really believe that they are different. That's what I just can't believe what I'm seeing. I see this so much. I'm like, they're online complaining about ghetto Black women, and they ghetto. They're ghetto, but they don't know they ghetto. They really believe they're not. This is incredible to see. So then they will diss Klay and Russell. They will diss Klay and Russell. But then they keep complaining that Black women need to choose better, choose quality. Well, now you're seeing it. And now some of them are complaining because, oh, Klay is corny. Klay is, y'all wasn't thinking that about Klay at all before he got with Megan. They don't think Megan deserves a good man. Now, I had a video, yes, Megan, they might think Megan is trashy. She's online shaking her ass in thongs and stuff. She talks about smecks all over the place. She ain't no respectable woman you bring home. That's what some might think. Some might think that. But then again, I mean, they praise Kim Kardashian, who had a whole Smex tape out to the whole damn public with a Black man, and she never got treated like the way they talk about Megan. In fact, they paraded her around and celebrated Black men getting with her. So, I'm just telling the truth on that. I think Kim is a beautiful woman. I'm just saying it's just the damn truth, the double standards type of thing. And it's also jealousy because, look, they don't want light-skinned men to come back. And I hate to, I've never even liked that Black people speak like that. Like, how is a person's skin tone a trend? especially when dating. Just date who you want and who you think looks good. Like, it's ridiculous, but I'm sad to say this is a very real thing. They don't want a man who looks like Klay to be at the top and desired and a preference amongst a number of black women type of thing. They don't like seeing that. He's tall, he's good looking, he's rich, he has a good body, he's very respectful, he can speak well. He actually is affectionate and loving to Megan. He named his boat after her. She's not in a toxic relationship with some struggling hip hop artist, and they don't want to see her win. It's very sick. They don't want to see her win. They don't want to see her get a happy ending. They don't think she deserves it. They think she lied on Tory Lanez, even though from what we know she didn't. With Sierra, they feel like, oh, well, you dated Future. You know, you had that damn baby. Now, oh, you got a good man now. But then they're always clowning a black woman. Why can't you pick better? Oh, didn't you learn? Well, okay, she made a mistake. She got a better man, and you're still mad about it. And people will say, why they dissing Meg? Why they dissing Sierra for these relationships? It's because they're black women. It's not about skin color, because Meg and Sierra are not dark-skinned women. And they're attractive, okay? Just like a number of other black women, whether you're light, dark, brown, whatever. They're attractive. They're in shape. A lot of men want them from all different races. So it's not color for these women, because I see people trying to pin this color shit on them. They're not going through colorism. They're not unwanted, but they are black. And I told you before that a lot of black men are racist. Once they hear you say that you're black, you identify with the social status of being black, then they become like a KKK member, some of them, and now you don't have value. Now, if you lie and say, well, I'm not just black, I'm this too, then all of a sudden they might switch up and like you more because now your status has changed. It's a hierarchy, social status, being called black. They don't view black as valuable. A number of them from the hierarchy. They hear how racist people talk about black women, and they're minions. They're not men who think for themselves, and they follow what other men want and what they desire. So if they think, well, if men are talking bad about my race of woman and she ain't this, I don't feel good to lift her up because other men don't look at me with pride and that I got something great. Because you're a follower, not a leader. See the difference between you and the white man at large? The white man will hype up his woman no matter how she look. You, on the other hand, you always worried about who like your woman and if she good enough. You don't have that same energy to uplift the black woman. You ain't figured it out yet how this shit work mentally and psychology type of thing. So, and dissing the black woman, you're dissing yourself. But y'all don't want to see it like that, some of y'all. You think you're different. You think you're a separate species or something. A number of black men out here. But anyway, a lot of black women are getting chosen all across the board from various men. And some of y'all out here hating now that Megan is with Klay. You don't know anything about Megan Thee Stallion. She's barely dated that many high-profile men. If anything, she dated D-list men that no one really knew about. But she doesn't have a really long history in the dating world, in my opinion. Now that she has elevated and she's dating high-caliber men, some of you are upset because you don't want black women to get ideas. You don't want them to think all these biracial sons you now made with all these white women might come back to the black woman. Some of y'all don't want that to happen either. So it's a lot going on with that. So I want to play something that this man said regarding people saying that Klay is corny. I have to clear something up real quick.
He says he was forced.
– This makes no sense. How are we a society that's looking at Klay Thompson as well as Russell Wilson saying that they're cornballs because they're not starting broken homes? They're in healthy relationships. They both have good careers. Also, their significant others have careers. Even though one of them's married, the other one's not. And we live in a society that the cornball is the problem. I'm confused. This makes no sense. How are we a society that's looking at Klay Thompson as well as Russell Wilson saying that they're cornballs because they're not starting broken homes.
Can I say something? He worded this incorrectly. What society? Society doesn't see Russell and Klay as cornballs. Black people, American black men, and a sprinkle of American black women. Y'all be talking like this. You don't find this in no other ethnicity at large who think that a man like Russell and Klay are cornballs. Good looking, well off, tall, attractive, well spoken. This is pretty much the ideal man for most women who are not black. This is actually their normal. These are normal type of men that they date. So what do you mean society? I hate when black people talk like this. It's not society. You mean black American society. That's what you should say. Black American society. And not all the women, a lot of the men are the ones talking, oh, this is not normal that, this type of relationships, these healthy relationships. And it also tells a lot about the culture when this is seen as abnormal, having regular, beautiful, happy, loving relationships. And then you get upset when people say the culture is toxic and something wrong with y'all. Oh, this is racism. But then you get online saying this is not normal. He's with his girlfriend. They don't have children outside of wedlock. He opens the doors. He apologized for being late. He bought her flowers. He took her out. You don't see other groups saying that this is bad. This is a black American culture issue. So stop saying society, because it's not society. It's black American society. There's a difference. Address that, because you ain't gonna find no Asian, Arab, Hispanic, or white woman having an issue dating a Russell or a Klay. You're not gonna find it that much. Unless she's a hood booger, a very hardcore one. But on average, no. You're going to find this problem within black American society. And it's not all of black America. It's the hood rats who are mad. The hood people. And I'm sorry to say, I know y'all living in the now, but they make up a significant amount of the race. That's the problem. That's why they acting fool and acting crazy seeing this stuff, because they don't come from healthy households. Half of them ain't got no daddy. So, of course, they think this is some weird shit to see. They ain't used to seeing no black woman in their mind living like a white woman. You mean he coming home? You mean he married you and gave you kids and opened the door? He gave you flowers. He named his boat after you. This is some weird shit. You're telling on yourselves of how fucked up y'all are as a community. Not all, of course, not all of us, but y'all know exactly what I'm saying. This is some sad shit to see. Some of y'all so used to not seeing a black man or a half black man loving on a black woman that when you finally see it, this is hurting your soul. This ain't normal. And you got men making videos. Why he apologized for her for being late. Like, what kind of men, what kind of guys are some of you? Thank God. And I'm not dating some of y'all who act like this. You think you too good now to apologize to your own girlfriend? You don't think you need to be on time? Or at least call? If you out late, call me. Let me know what's going on. And this is, you know what? This is going to end when black girls stop dating them. And it's a lot of them. You have to cut them off. And that's what their fear is. They don't want y'all turning on them for the Russells and the Klays, because there's not an abundance of them, and that would mean they would have to change how they move just to get some pussy and just to have a girlfriend. They would actually have to do the work to be better, and they don't want that. They want you to keep settling for these YNs, as they say, and becoming baby mamas. So then they can go tell society, look at them, they can't choose better. We're effed up because our mamas was this and our sisters is this. See, they're bad women. They can't choose nothing. This is why I got to go to a white woman, because they can't pick. They can't pick good men. Meanwhile, the ones who are saying this are the same ones with baby mamas, and they're not good men. So it's crazy. All right, let's go to the next topic. I think I got like 3 more things to show y'all.
He says he was forced to make old food look fresh. That's why he secretly recorded his supervisor admitting tampering with best before dates is industry standard.
Every store does the same. The other stores do the same.
At his home, Safari demonstrates what he says is done at work. He takes cheesecakes weeks past their best before dates, adds new toppings, and sells as
I decorate it, and I'm selling expired stuff for...
In a national online call-out, Marketplace hears from grocery workers at smaller stores and big chains, sharing stories of food tampering. He used to work in a Toronto area supermarket. He shows us how he was told to give old meat new life.
If it's like this, we would dabble in a little bit of blood, throw it into the meat mincer with some redder meats, and then all together it would make it look red. And then we put it back up on the shelf.
At the University of Guelph, a microbiologist simulated what grocery insiders told us they do. He discovered toxins and bacteria. He says
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How are they able to do this and we can't taste it? Because old meat has a rotten smell. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at that meat. So they're cutting off that rotten meat, moldy, rotten meat, to make it look new. My thing is, usually you can taste when meat has gone bad. It tastes disgusting. It smells disgusting. Look at that. Look, they're putting the red dye on it to make it look like new meat. How many supermarkets or butchers are doing this? This is absolutely disgusting. Look at that. Look how it's rotting. And then he said he took the cheesecakes and took off the frosting and then put new frosting on it. This is crazy. I had to show y'all this. I mean, what can we do? Look at that. That's not even normal looking meat. It looks like pieces of paper. My God. So look, now y'all know what's going on across the country. How they make the rotten meat look new. Disgusting. Disgusting. What do y'all think about that? This was very shocking to see. I mean, I know some food has issues, but God. So, I mean, you can still go to a farmer's market. Maybe they won't be doing that to the food. Okay. So now, speaking of celebrities, I need y'all to hear what allegedly has happened to Tweet.
Did you know an R&B star almost died trying to expose the music industry's darkest secrets? In 2005, singer Tweet was found unconscious in her Atlanta hotel room after overdosing on pills. She had just been sexually assaulted by multiple music executives who controlled her career. When she tried to report the attacks, they threatened to destroy her professionally. They told her speaking out would ruin other female artists who depended on the same system. The pressure to stay silent pushed her to the breaking point. Her assistant discovered her barely breathing, surrounded by empty pill bottles. For years, she kept quiet about what happened that night. But eventually, Tweet broke her silence and revealed a horrifying pattern. Dozens of female R&B artists in the early 2000s had suffered similar abuse. The same executives who smiled at award shows were predators behind closed doors. Her near-death experience exposed how the industry silenced victims to protect powerful men. Sometimes survival means finding the courage to speak when everyone wants you silent. Did you know an R&B star?
Leave a heart if you believe this story. Leave a heart if you believe this. You know, Tweet did disappear. Tweet was one of the biggest things coming out in R&B, and then she disappeared like a thief in the night. She just disappeared. You didn't hear nothing from her no more. And Missy, I've heard rumors, allegedly Missy has done something to her. I'm not saying it's true, but I can believe this with the things that I hear about that would go on in the music industry. having to sleep with executives just to keep your contracts and to keep getting paid and stuff. And Tweet has disappeared. It's very weird. You don't hear a peep from her. Even when I put in Tweet on the search engine, I barely could pull up any pictures of her. I'm like, where the hell is Tweet? Like, what happened to Tweet? Because her song, Oops, Oh My, that was pretty big. And Missy was big, and she was Missy's artist or whatever, and then she just vanished. So that was something crazy I heard. I would love to know if this is really true. Also, we have Lauryn Hill. Listen to this. Y'all not going to believe this.
Did you know Lauryn Hill's mysterious 1998 hospitalization wasn't for exhaustion like the media reported? She was actually treated for severe facial injuries from a brutal beating by Wyclef Jean. The assault happened after she threatened to expose his embezzlement of Fugees' money and his fake marriage to hide his illegal immigration status. Hospital records showed a broken nose, fractured cheekbone, and severe bruising across her face. Columbia Records allegedly paid hospital staff $100,000 to keep quiet about what really happened. This violent attack destroyed their musical partnership forever and triggered Lauryn's mental breakdown that derailed her solo career. For years afterward, Wyclef continued stalking and threatening her, forcing her to withdraw from the music industry completely. Fans blamed her paranoid behavior on drugs, but it was actually trauma from systematic abuse. The woman who gave us the Miseducation album became a prisoner in her own life. One beating changed everything, turning hip-hop's brightest star into its most tragic casualty. Did you know Lauryn Hill's mysterious 1998 hospitalization wasn't for exhaustion like the media reported? She was actually treated for severe facial injuries from a brutal beating by Wyclef Jean.
Leave a heart if you believe it. Look, Lauryn Hill disappeared. Lauryn Hill was the biggest thing out. Her album won Grammy Album of the Year. No black woman ever really wins it. Lauryn Hill was the thing. Everybody, she was huge. And then they said she went crazy. They said she told people, you can't look me in my eye. When you make eye contact with her, she was showing up late. Now she looking crazy. Look how good she was looking. Now when you see her, you're like, what the hell is going on? Who is this? I mean, her makeup looks crazy. She looks just disheveled. She looks fucked up. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but this is not the Lauryn that we saw growing up, what we see now. A whole different woman. She seems out of her damn mind. People are claiming that she's on drugs. I don't know. It's very possible. So they're claiming on here that Wyclef Jean beat the crap out of her, allegedly. And that they paid the hospital staff $100,000 to keep this under wraps, sort of like when P. Diddy tried to pay off people for that Cassie tape not to come out. So I can believe it, y'all. It's just so much that goes on behind the scenes. So much goes on that there's no way I can't think that it's not possible that this happened. But I think it's not just that. I think some other stuff happened behind the scenes that caused her to lose her mind. How did we know she wasn't grape like their alleged Tweet was grape? And that's how she lost her mind. I mean, you don't go from the top artist of the year on top to just vanishing. That just don't, especially during that time, that just don't happen like that. Something happened to her. Something happened to her. And nobody talks about it. And the fact that she started telling people, you can't look me in my face. Like, you can't look me in my eyes. Like, she's seeing something. Something happened. And she's scared. Okay. Belize Beauty's Baby says, it's obvious Wyclef Jean was jealous of her when she found success solo. I can definitely believe that. Okay, so I hope it's not true that she didn't get beat real bad like that, but I definitely can believe that is sort of true. And speaking of safety, I wanted to share this with you.
Never pick up money or objects on the ground that don't belong to you. It's been found that criminals are using dollar bills folded up on the ground, laced with chemicals that can hurt you. So leave that money right where you see it, and warn your kids, family members, and friends not to pick up money on the ground or in the streets. You know it's tempting, but don't do it. Please stay safe. It's not worth it. I care about you.
Okay. You know, a lot of the traffickers are putting napkins on women's cars laced with the pill, the drugs, and all that other stuff. So she's saying when you see the money, I mean, if you do pick up money, if you carry gloves with you, put the gloves on and then pick it up. But then again, some of these things could be so strong, it could eat through the gloves and you could still pass out. So these are the tactics. They also said if you're getting in cars, taxis and stuff, don't take the drink that they offer you because some of them are putting things in the drinks. Okay, so you could pass out and stuff. You have to be so careful. Okay, so be very, very careful. So the last story that I want to show you of tonight is these 9 black women in Virginia were kicked out of a steakhouse, a restaurant, because 2 other black women started fighting. They were complete strangers, okay? The manager made them leave, and they said, because you all act like that. So they got kicked out because of 2 black women they don't even know were fighting. And then this is racism to me. Is racism. Okay, a group of 9 women are speaking out after what was a friendly Friendsgiving dinner at Cork and Bull Chop House in Chesapeake, Virginia. They said that it turned into something humiliating and they were being discriminated against. According to the women, they had only ordered drinks when a fight broke out between 2 other black women across the restaurant. And during this altercation, the 2 women were not even a part of their group. And the police ended up coming. Despite having no connection to these women, this disturbance, the 9 women, the manager said to them, you have to leave too, telling them because y'all like to fight. You all like to fight. They described this incident as embarrassing and believe they were unfairly targeted because they're black. Okay? The local resident, Shakaya Halt, said that what should have been a night of celebration became a night of hurt, embarrassment, and pure humiliation. Another member of the group, Ashley Pickens, recalled that she was being escorted out of an unwanted spotlight. She was being escorted out, put an unwanted spotlight on them in front of the entire restaurant. The women have now retained an attorney, you're damn right, all right, and are pursuing legal action against them. The group says the restaurant has not reached out with an apology or explanation. Okay, you damn right I'm suing you. You're not going to, let me just hold on what I have to say.
Somebody break it up.
So that's them fighting. They're sitting across the table. They don't know who these women are, but they're black women like them.
This is sad, y'all. My sister circle and I were out celebrating our Friendsgiving. We arrived at the restaurant. Shortly after arriving, we only had time to give drink orders. We didn't even get our drink.
That woman's butt is out. She don't even have drawers on, I don't think. And her whole skirt came up and her butt is out in front of the whole public.
Somebody break it up.
This is sad, y'all. My sister circle and I were out celebrating our Friendsgiving. We arrived at the restaurant. Shortly after arriving, we only had time to give drink orders. We didn't even get our drinks. And a physical altercation happened between 2 African-American women. We did not know them. We were not affiliated with them. They were at another table. They began to fight. The situation was diffused by management and other staff members. The management came over to our table and told us that they would not be servicing us tonight. We had to leave. I questioned, are you shutting the entire restaurant down for tonight? No, we're just not servicing you all because y'all like to fight. We became shocked, confused, and he did that in front of the entire restaurant, in front of all the other patrons. No one else was asked to leave but us.
Leave a heart if you think the manager was right to basically racially kind of, would you call it racial profiling type of thing, where, okay, you go out, I don't know these two black women, I'm not related to them, I'm not friends with them, but because they start fighting in a public restaurant, they come up to your table and tell you, well, you have to leave too because you're their race. So if two Asians fight, are you going to kick all the Asians out the restaurant? If two white women start fighting, are you going to kick all the white women out the restaurant? No, you're not. Baby, they have a case. I'm suing your ass. I understand that black women don't understand, a lot don't understand that when you go out, you are representing us. That is why when you see black women twerking in restaurants and people say, look at these trashy ass black women, they don't know how to act. What's wrong with them? And I'll see black women in the comment section saying, well, this don't represent me. It don't represent me. I don't know them. We're not a monolith. You're only 13% of the population. Like, when are you going to wake up that how black women act, we all get thrown in with them regardless? And it's disgusting because why can't people differentiate between a hood rat and a classy black woman? You can literally tell how we carry ourselves, our presence, how we dress, how we speak, you know, but they don't care. They're looking at you racially. Oh, well, you're still black, so you have to be thrown in with them. You can't kick me out because of two strangers fighting who happen to be black. I don't know them. I'm not eating with them. This is racism, plain and simple. Yes, it's embarrassing. Yes, it humiliates black women. Yes, it sets us back in society where people think we're like baby's kids and we're extra hyper violent and emotional and crybabies always ready to fight somebody and make a scene in public places. This is the stereotype that we have. Unfortunately, because a lot of times when people see ratchet behavior, it's always somebody black. A good portion, at least that's caught on camera, a good portion of the time in public places. And it hurts us as black women. This is why you have to separate from these ghetto trashy ass black women. But at the end of the day, how can you label me like them? Especially when I don't even act like that. You don't even see me acting like that. So you can't kick me out because two black women started fighting. I'm not with their table. This is racism. I'm being discriminated against, damn it. And how do you know I don't feel ashamed or embarrassed by them acting like that? But now you want to make me pay too? You think that's going to fix something? You think it's going to make all black women start acting like little Southern belles and stuff in restaurants and get it together? It's not. Just like you don't have perfection in any society. I don't know, maybe they think if they start doing this, a lot of black women will get on black women's behavior. But then they'll just try to fight you. If you try to jump in the face of some of these hood rat women and tell them you need to act more correctly, girl, they will try to fight you too. A number of them, they'll fight you. Okay, and then y'all both still gonna get kicked out. So yeah, I think they are right to sue. Sue them and get your money because this is racism, period. You don't get to do me and humiliate me like this and kick me out of a restaurant because of two random ass black women I didn't even come in with started fighting. Why are you not seeing me as an individual? Why are you lumping me in with these people that I don't know them either? And if they were Asian, that would not have happened to them. If they were Hispanic, that wouldn't have happened. If they were Arab, it wouldn't have happened. If they were white, it damn sure wouldn't have happened. White people let other white people be individuals. Black women don't get that from a lot of people. We're always lumped in with trashy ass, ghetto ass black women all the time. And a part of it is our fault too, because we don't make that distinction. We always feel, well, we're all we got. We have to claim them. We must associate with them. We must keep it black all the time, while it's actually hurting us because we won't make the distinction and shun the ones who tear us and bring us down. We refuse to do it. So they can't always, they think that we support all of them. Unfortunately. So, look, Pisces the Dawn says, it's not always black. The others just don't get the dirt painted on them. Yeah, I know. Like I thought about, what's that show I used to watch, Jersey Shore? Those were some of them were some ghetto ass white girls, Italian white girls fighting and shit. Or mob wives and stuff fighting in restaurants and shit. But like I said, if they were white, this wouldn't have happened. If they were Asian, if they were anything but black, they wouldn't have kicked them out because two people from their race is fighting. Somehow, oh, y'all are all like that. Y'all are all trashed. Y'all all fight each other. I don't get into street fights. How dare you? Now I'm going to sue your ass, and I'm going to sue you for millions of dollars. So go ahead and do it. Now I got a case, and I'm going to sue you. I'm going to get my money from you doing this to me. I hope that they win. I really do. So look, everybody. That is it, y'all, for tonight's video. Could y'all do me a favor again? Could you tell me how many people is in here? I always like to know. I don't have my phone next to me, and I want to know how many people is in here today. Okay. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Okay. I will be live again. I think I might want to do a call-in show this Sunday. I really think I want to have a call-in show this Sunday. The topic might be, I'm not going to tell you, but it's something that you've seen. I haven't had a call-in show in a minute. So I'm really thinking about that for Sunday. If I do have a call-in show Sunday, it will probably be maybe 5 or 7 p.m. between that time. If I do it. So, all right. Thank y'all. Thank you for letting me know. So basically, everybody, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this call-in show. Well, not call-in show. Y'all have been just saying different names and all types of stuff. I don't know what's going on with me tonight. But I hope you enjoyed this show, this live show. Okay, please get those likes up. Yeah, the hype button, I think that's sometimes on regular videos. I don't know if it's on lives. I won't know until after this is over. People who are coming in, watch the replay. I'll try to put timestamps so you'll know when which time each topic's changed to a different topic. So it's easier for you to just skip through this or just skim through the video to the next topic. But if there's no hype button, just press the like button because that still affects the algorithm. So, okay. Look, y'all are saying, well, Beyonce collaborated with Shakira. Can I say something y'all don't want me to say? What effing black woman did she collaborate with? Y'all naming Lady Gaga and Shakira. That's because they were the biggest thing in pop and in the Hispanic community. What black R&B singers do she work with and F with? And I'm not saying that as a diss towards her. She don't have to. I'm just saying, can we name any? I ain't seen it. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm thinking, I ain't seen it with Janet, Toni Braxton, Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Sierra. Who else can I name in R&B? You just don't see them. Name somebody black, Infinite Vibe. Name a black woman artist in R&B. I can't think of any. So it makes me sick, to be honest. But it's not just her, you know. Why can't Mariah Carey and Toni Braxton work together? Why are they keeping our great women away from working with each other? Like, why? It makes me sick. It makes me sick. So that's it. If you subscribe, hit the bell and click all notifications so you know when I'm live, like right now, and when I'm uploading. You all take care. Bye, everybody. I might change the thumbnail picture of this live. I'm not sure. But y'all, go ahead, y'all. Have a good night.